remain an independent chiefdom. The hill is so important in that those years back, it was a hunting ground, the top of the hill. And then, of course, the farming was going on down at the bottom of the hill.
The hill plays a significant role in the Kagoro culture because there they go to thank God. They feel going up there, they are closer to God. They thank God there. They thank Him for the harvest, which we have the Afan festival that is celebrated every 1st January. It started up the hill. Nobody can tell the exact date it started. It started there, and it's a day to thank God for all His blessings and what He had done for the land.
At the foot of the hills lies the remains of Katangwan, a legend in Kagoro history.
As we can see his grave, he was the one who dug it. Nobody dug the grave for him. He dug it when he was alive. He started somewhere here, then straight to that place. Katangwan was a giant. During the rainy season, we have a river there. When his children go to the bush to farm, and when there is heavy rain and the river floods, during that time there were no bridges. Katangwan would stretch his arm, and then his children would cross the river through his arms. When Katangwan felt that he was going to, he always come and refresh, even inside the grave here. And when he fell, when time came as felt like he was to die, he came and lied down beside the grave. And when his children could not see him there, they came and found him dead inside the grave.
Till date, Katangwan's footprints and stool are seen at the foot of the hill in Agbang. There is also a shrine at the foot of the hills where disputes are settled.
This is a shrine. Long ago, when they go for hunting, wild animals are shot. They bring it home, and then this is where they cook it and then divide it. They will eat. So we use this place we have 4 clans. We use this place when something happens. Then we come here and celebrate it or share it. As we can see them here, it is somebody who committed a sin, which in Kagoro language we call bang. And when that bang happened, when that sin happened, people may become, within the clan, become ill. And then we have to come, all of us here, to clean that sin. And that is why we are here today. Yeah, it was somebody who committed a type of sin.
The foot of the hills played host to the Boy Scouts in time past.
As we can see, a dilapidated structure here. It's a place that was, that is the campsite, that is National Training Camp for Scouting. This is a camp that has been established by the government and built by the government for this scouting training. And in fact, almost every of these voluntary organizations like Boys Brigade, Cadet, and the rest of them, all of them do come here for training. And there is a river here that flows all the way from the rock, from the hill. And the river is down here. It's very chilly. There's a clean water there, and in fact, there is any time any of the groups come here for any camping, they don't have problem about water. There's available water to drink, and the water from the rock is always clean. So there's no problem here. But what made this place to look like this? You see, now the community here found that the The structures are no longer in use. They have been, windstorm has blown them off and nobody came to repair them. So the community say, if this place can stay like this without being used, then let's begin to cultivate it a little so that we can get what to eat. As you can see, this bridge is constructed by the Scouting Association here in Kaguru, assisted by the Kaduna State Scouting Council. So this is in preparation for the Campori, the national Campori that is coming up in July this year. So this bridge is constructed to assist those people that will come from far and near using their vehicles to cross to the campsite.
It took about 3 hours to get to the top of Kagoro Hills. The journey started at 6:30 in the morning. The guide was Abraham David.
We started ascending the hill about 5 minutes ago, and this is our first stop. If you look at the tree line, you will see the rooftops. But 30 years ago or more, if you were here, because of the nature of the trees that were taller than what is obtained today, you won't be able to see the tree tops. It shows a sign that most of the trees, the bigger ones, have been cut down for the sake of development. This valley here is the Gagao stream that is from the hill, and if you look across to the other side, you will see some pipes there. Those pipes were laid by the missionary SIM around 1958 to take water to the community, and then this water supplies water to this community here, to Kukum and to Agban, to Fada, Kukum and Agban. And the water here doesn't run dry. It is too full throughout the year.
The Kagoro Hills has an impact on the economy and weather of Kagoro town and people.
These men that are sending their hunters, they used to go up the hill and hunt for games. And they are now on their way. You can see the back strapped with the machete on inside his back. In case he shoots something, he cuts it with it. The woman there is cutting firewood. That is part of the importance of the hill to the Kagoro man. It is a source of firewood for cooking and other works. Maybe even it provides grasses for roofing our houses. This woman here is cutting the firewood that is going to be used in her family down there. They used to climb the hill early in the morning. They cut their firewood and then take it down. Apart from the resources that are gained from the hill, sportsmen and women equally come here to train.
We take advantage of this hill for our sporting training. Actually, it depends on how we schedule it, but sometimes we do it 3 times in a week, 5 times in a week. It depends. So we come here weekly for our training, and we actually enjoy it, and it helps us a lot in the sporting activities. So that is why this morning I have to come up here in order to have my regular training.
Because of the hills, we have heavy rainfall in this area every year. And normally we'll have about 6 to 7 months rainfall. And because of that, you have a lot of fruits here. Mangoes are grown, all sorts of fruit that you know that are grown in perhaps in the not in temperate climate, but in the sort of Mediterranean countries are being grown here.
Yawwa, hanyar kenan.
This is the top of Kagoro Hills at 9:30 a.m. The Kagoro hilltop boasts of many streams with sources in the hills. In fact, the hilltop provides water for the people of not only Kagoro but also Kafanchan and environs.
We are now standing at the main source of the stream that leads to further, that is Chen Okwo, as it is called in Kagoro. If you look at the vegetation, you find out that everything is green, and even the soil, when you touch it, you know that it's very kind of a bit wet. But due to the season, which is dry season now, where the water is coming out from the ground, the spring, is a bit downward there. So when we get there, we'll see it. But during the rainy season, this is where the water starts flowing into the river. This is where the water is coming out of the ground and feeding the stream that forms the river. One thing I would like us to note is this river is all seasonal. It flows throughout the year. It doesn't dry. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Bee farming takes place atop the hill.
You can see from that tree there, that's a beehive. It is made from a tree trunk that has been carved inside and placed there. You can see the bees there. Because of the vegetation that is here, it provides a favorable environment for the bees to go about to get their own nectar from the trees. And then when they get here, that's where they form their own honey.
The hilltop has potentials for tourism, and an area has been earmarked for this purpose.
This is the area that has been captured for the holiday resort center. Down here is part of it, and by the south area, down the valley, up to that hill, and then round the whole that hill to the down to the valley here has been captured. On top of that hill, as you are seeing it, it is a flat area which has been captured for either helicopters or any aeroplane can land there.
Okay.
There is life on top of Kagoro Hills. It comprises strings of villages where the dwellers are mostly farmers. People living atop the hills have no intention of leaving the hilltop.
We are about entering the first village amongst the villages that are on top of the hill.
Today, let's We are not thinking of going down because we are enjoying this place. Our major problem is transporting our products from here down to the town. We don't lack food. We are not thinking of going down. Long before our people went down, but they found out that staying there was not convenient for them. So they decided to come back to the top of the hill. So we are not thinking of going down there. Even if we go down, we won't have place to farm because it has already been occupied by people down there.
Our parents gave birth to us on the hill, and our life here on the hill has no problem. We are enjoying it. We don't have any problem on top of the hill. We live peacefully. It's just about the security challenges that are happening now that is our problem. But apart from that, we don't have any problem.
The hilltop has a clinic, church, and primary school.
The settlement on the hill is made up of a string of villages. We've passed the first village, which is Sukarak. We passed Kunkum. Now we are approaching the next village where the primary school is located, and equally the health clinic is located here.
We have about 300 pupils that are schooling in this primary school, and in fact they trek from a far distance to this place to learn. Just more children, but many of them they are still left behind at home because of the distance. They cannot afford to come to this place to acquire knowledge. So today we normally have our Labor Day as it is expected. So we normally close maybe that kind 12 o'clock, if I may say 12 o'clock. By 12 o'clock we are expected to close as a result of labor, because after break we'll now on the attention of the students to clean the school environment, the toilet, the classes, and so everywhere, and make sure we keep the school clean.
Most of the people that are on the hill, like the men, they are mostly farmers. They farm crops like maize, millet, guinea corn, and you can see they farm pepper and other crops here. And they are equally involved in beekeeping. And the women, as you can see, some of them that are coming, they are carrying some of their produce down to Kagoro, the flat area, to go and sell there. And they equally sell firewood. They sell firewood, and this is how they make their own livelihood.
The hilltop dwellers and those in Kagoro town have very cordial relationship.
People still living on top of the hill, but there are not very many. The relationship is being Kagoro. We are Kagoro, and they are Kagoro. Only that they are staying on the top of the hill. That's the difference. They come down on market days and go back in the evening. They come down here for other things that they want to do around here and go back to the hill.
Are one with the people that are down there. We don't have problems or issues with them. We are one. We live in peace together, and we are under the chief of Kagoro.
With regard to those that are on the high mountain or high hills of Kagoro, we work as a unit, and we want to always empower each and everyone that lives in the Kagoro. So we gainfully they are agricultural individuals, and we try to encourage them to plant the crops that are being grown here in Kagoro. And if you go uphill, you discover that such crops are equally planted and harvested here. Now, uphill again, we believe that since the community undertake hunting, we try as much as possible to limit them from hunting, so as to preserve some of these animals, that are available in the hill. So we want to sometimes undertake trainings for them, especially the youths, so that we try to empower them to realize the need to always be gainfully employed.
I happen to be from one of the clans that came all the way, settled on the Kaguru Hills before we came down to the Kaguru Plains here. So we have a number of relations there, especially those in Angwabulus Katun area.
The Kaguru Hills is naturally endowed. It has great tourism potentials. What effort is being made to achieve this?
Well, the potential is what the government has noticed. And that is why they are thinking of having this tourist resort, presidential tourist resort, that they want to have at the top of the hill. If they develop this tourist potential here, I understand that it will even be better than what you have in Abuja.
The Kaguru Hills, with its flat top and arable land, yearns for investment.
We equally appeal for those who may want to invest in Kaguru land to come and invest. It is a potential place, and there is peace here, and we love people, we welcome them, and you will never regret coming to Kaguru. So anybody who has the intention of coming to invest here, please, you are welcome.
Climbing the Kaguru Hills is certainly an adventure. The natural, beautiful environment is inviting. This beautiful work of nature should be developed to become one of the tourist attractions in Nigeria.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
Nigeria's solid minerals sector make up about 0.34% of the gross domestic product, GDP. That means the mining sector contributes 400 billion naira in terms of value of the economy. Unfortunately, the vast majority of our mining assets are yet to be exploited. Nigeria has tremendous mining endowments. We have at least 44 known mineral assets that include precious minerals, base minerals, bulk minerals, and what are known as rare earth minerals. These include gold, iron ore, barytal, bitumen, lead, zinc, tin, and coal, but to mention a few. Mining is not new to Nigeria. As a nation, mining of our resources started as far back as 1902 in key mining towns like Jos and Enugu. But just recently, policy reforms have brought back the solid mineral sector to the fore, a way of diverting the economy from oil to mineral resources.
The resources are there, they've not disappeared, but we have been blinded by the opportunities provided by oil. However, we're now clear in our minds that the oil rains would not last forever. Important as they are to us, we need to really move in the direction of developing other resources that we are endowed with in our country. And there are many.
As far back as mineral deposits are concerned, Kogi State and next-door neighbor Nasarawa State are the most well-endowed across the entire country. Kogi alone has deposits of a total of 29 mineral resources. However, the level of exploitation of these minerals is very low in relation to the extent of the new national policy on solid minerals. The policy is to ensure the orderly development of the mineral resources of the country. The question beckons, what is the Ministry of Solid Minerals doing in terms of harnessing these mineral deposits for economic growth?
Imagine a station where you access information. Think of a station that creates awareness for national development. Imagine a station that prepares you for a bright and greater future. A station for all ages. Documentaries, classroom and television, events coverage, children's programs and variety shows. Always stay tuned to NTA Knowledge on the StarTimes platform, channel 359. For partnership, sponsorship and advert placements, contact us on NTA Knowledge. NTA Knowledge, learning to broaden horizon.
Hello, it's another Wednesday and this is News Extra. I am Rhoda Obu. Tonight, the most talked about issue in the country, the arrest of some judges.